Hey guys, this is Sakura-chan here, bringing you my first ever anime review. Now I'm really excited about this, so let's get this started. My first anime will be Yu Yu Hakusho. Now this, in my opinion, is one of the all-time greatest anime ever made, and I'm going to show you why. Now with every great anime, you need an awesome plot. So I'm going to spend a few seconds talking about it. So we start off with our main character, Yusuke Urameshi. Now, Yusuke is the so-called juvenile delinquent. You know, the stereotypical anime guy who tends to screw everything up and beat everybody up. Yeah, well, that's Yusuke. So, in the first episode, Yusuke is leaving school because he, well, pretty much gets pissed off at his teachers and everybody apparently picking at him. Oh, how the world hates Yusuke. When he sees his little kid playing with a ball in the middle of the street. So, and when surprisingly, the most amazing act of heroism Yusuke's ever done, he jumps into the street and pushes the little boy out of the way, only to be hit himself. And, well, obviously, he dies. And as soon as he realizes this, he's greeted by the Grim Reaper, Botan. I'm talking pink kimono, blue hair, yes, the Grim Reaper. I know, it's crazy. So, Botan informs him that Koenma, the Prince of Spirit World, is offering him a chance at life again. Because this act of heroism has caught them so off guard, there's no place prepared for Yusuke yet. And after a series of trials, Yusuke wins back his life and is entrusted by Koenma as the spirit detective, who is in charge of solving supernatural crimes regarding demons and such. And through his journey, meets up with a few other very interesting characters. Now that we've got the plot out of the way, I'm going to talk about some of the main characters from Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, these guys, in my opinion, have to be the greatest anime team ever. So, the first character I will be talking about is named Kurama. Now, I absolutely love Kurama. He is one of my favorite characters ever. So, alright. The deal with this guy. Kurama is a spirit fox. Well, a kitsune, to be more correct. He used to be the legendary bandit Yoko Kurama, who was injured after pulling off a massive thieving job, and decided to put a spirit into the baby of Shiori Minamino, therefore making him human, but he still does have his demon powers, using his trademark Rose Whip and other plant-based weapons. Now, Kurama is the brains of the group. He was an excellent strategist, and, well, he's really good at chess. He comes up with great strategies that really help the team. And, well, he's pretty cute. That's why I love this guy so much. Now, onward to Hiei, another one of my favorites. Hiei is a fire demon. And, well, he's the moody one of the group, who just cannot seem to get along with Kuwabara. He just thinks Kuwabara's an idiot. He definitely has the most temper of the group, and in my opinion is one of the strongest of the group. He's a sword master, he has his Dragon Eye, which gives him telepathic powers, and various other things that you learn about throughout the course of the show. What I like about Hiei is how much character development he goes through. In the beginning, he seems like this self-absorbed jerk, but slowly as he begins working with Team Urameshi, he sees them as friends, and not just unfortunate allies who he's forced to team up with. And that's what's so great about him. He develops, he's cute, he's tough, and has that cool guy attitude that everybody just seems to really love. Alright, now we have Kazuma Kuwabara. Now, Kuwabara is Yusuke's self-proclaimed rival throughout the entire show. At first, Yusuke just, likes beating up on Kuwabara, and it's pretty funny. But what Kuwabara has that the others don't is just this incredible spiritual awareness. And he's eventually able to take this with some training from Genkai and form it into a spirit sword, which is Kuwabara's main weapon throughout the entire show, and comes in handy through some major plot points like severing two dimensions. Not going to get into that whole deal. And Kuwabara, he's just really, really sweet. Well, not as cute as the other guys, but he's definitely a really, really sweet character. He has a lot of compassion that the others don't, and that really comes into play throughout the anime. So, now that I've talked about the characters, let's get into the actual review. Now, one of the things I love about Yu Yu Hakusho is its great, great plot. The show's use of several huge story arcs really works in its favor. Now, keep in mind, this is a very, very lengthy anime, like 112 episodes, which is definitely longer than most anime. And the fact that it has several seasons definitely shows it was very, very popular. Now, due to its age, Yu Yu Hakusho has really flown under the radar, which really disappoints me, because this was one of my favorite anime growing up. Now, plot-wise, it's great. The ending, all the loose ends were completely tied up. And in my opinion, this is one of the most satisfying endings to any anime I've ever seen. It leaves you wanting more, but at the same time, you can understand why they stopped. All the characters had reached their max potential, got their happy endings, come to terms with any internal conflict, and that was that, and that made you happy. So, let's talk about the biggest story arc, and that would be the Dark Tournament, which is the most famous concept from Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, it has been used in other anime, such as Flame of Recca, ripoff. Yeah, okay, so that takes up the majority of the series. I think it is probably about 30 episodes or so, and is definitely the highlight of the show. I mean, you get some awesome action sequences, which are really good for the time period this anime was made, which was probably about the 1990s, I believe. So I really enjoyed that very much. Now, Yu Yu Hakusho has some great, great character development. You literally can't look at the characters from the beginning and the end and say they're the same. Through all the stuff they've gone to, you really see the bond they've built as a team, which is a wonderful thing, which is why I say they're probably one of the strongest and most powerful teams in any anime I've ever seen. I mean, there's literally no weak points whatsoever, which some people consider Kuwabara the weak link, but I like to beg otherwise. But I'm not going to get into that, because I'm almost out of time. Now, because of its just great animation, we get some really great action scenes, which were quite incredible. I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho really probably started the whole action protagonist anime, in my opinion. Now I've talked about all the things I've liked about it, let's talk about problems. Now, I praise its action sequences, but keep in mind, this anime is old, so some of the animation isn't exactly perfect, but considering the time period it was made, it's pretty good. Now, if I do have to talk about one flaw, honestly, I don't think I could really do it. The villains were cool. The concept is great. Great character development. And to be quite honest, there's nothing really I can nitpick about. Now, I thank you for watching this, and I will be posting some more videos, so I'd love to see some support, and don't feel bad about hitting that subscribe box. See you guys again. Bye!